Hello my friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Workshop, and welcome to part 8, the final part of the Banjolele build project. Okay, so in the previous episode, what did I do? Put in the band around the body, I think. I can't remember anyway. So I've kind of skipped ahead a little bit because I just want to save time, because setting these things up can take a little while. So that's what this video is about, the final setup. So let me just turn the camera around, angle down. Okay. And just zoom in a little bit. Okay. So I've now permanently attached the necks on these banjoleles, glued and screwed, and I've got the tuners in, and I've got the tailpiece on with the strings in the tailpiece. So okay, so this stage now is stringing it up and setting it up. But before I do any of that, I want to make sure all of these frets are level. So I'm going to use my fret rocker just to check all of the frets, make sure they're level before I start. So for those of you who don't know, I mean, this has got different lengths on it, and what you have to do is span 3 frets, and then you rock it backwards and forwards, or check that it doesn't rock backwards and forwards, and if it does, then the middle fret of those 3 is high. So, and it's a good idea to check one side and the middle and the other side, because they don't. If there's high frets and not necessarily high right across, it might be just one side or the other, or the middle, or a combination. Okay, so let's just start by checking all of these frets. It's just easier if I do that off that, because it doesn't move around. Okay, so first 3, fine. Okay, go to the next lane. Okay, so far so good. Okay, now we've got a high one there, which is high at that side and in the middle, but not that side, interestingly. Okay, next one. It's a little bit high there, maybe. Okay, got another high one there at that side. That one's high in the middle. That's high at that end. There's a few there. I did the same on the other one, and that wasn't too bad. We had 2 high spots, which I sorted out quickly and easily. Okay, so I will confess that I actually did this off camera, and I don't know if you'll see, but yeah, you can. You'll see little marks with Sharpie where the high spots are. So now that I know where the high spots are, because I've marked them, I can use my fret hammer just to tap those down and see if they will seat nicely. Right, so I'll check all those ones again. Get off of that. Still a little high, that one. I'll just support the neck and do it off the block, it's easier. Still a tiny bit at the end. Right, that one's good now. Check the next one. Still high. Still a little bit. tiny, tiny amount. Just put that in the block. Okay, let's try that again. Got it. That one's still high there. That's good. That one's still high. Still a little bit high. Yeah, it's still high. Okay, that's good. I'll just go through and check all of them again. Obviously, if I lower a high one, the next one to it then might seem high. Make a little high spot there. Okay, good. That's that done. So it's quite a simple fix. You don't always have to file the fret. Sometimes just a little tappy tap will solve the problem. Okay, so let's start to string it up now. As I said, I've got the strings at the tailpiece already. So now I need to attach them into the tuners. So I've unraveled them all. So the outer two strings go to the lower two tuners. So I'm going to do each side the lower one first, because if I do the upper one first, it kind of gets in the way of doing the lower one. Okay, so just right. So I put the string through the hole, wrap it round half a turn, half a turn, and then back through the hole again, and that will stop it slipping out. Okay, and then the next one to it goes up to the top tuner. So same thing again, through the hole, half a wrap around, and through the hole again. Done this before, haven't I? Okay, and the other side, exactly the same thing. So go through the hole. I forgot to mention, pull it taut, half a wrap around the string post, then back through the hole, pull it taut. And the last one, this is the thickest string, so sometimes these are difficult to get through the hole twice, but it seems to be okay this time. Pull it taut, half a wrap around, back through the hole, pull it taut again. So that's all the strings in, nice and easy, quick and easy. Bridge, okay, make sure we get the right way round, which is that way. So I'll put it in more or less where I think it's supposed to go. And then I need to obviously, turn all the tuners to get it up to pitch. But with these nylon strings, that takes ages. So luckily, I have one I prepared earlier, already tuned up-ish. I'll just check it again in a minute. And I've cut all the ends of the strings off, and at the bottom as well, where it goes through here. And I've got it more or less tuned and intonated. So you see that the bridge had to come quite a long way back, and the downside of that is it does reduce the sound a little bit. So with hindsight, if I was to do these again, or go back in time and do the same ones, I would make the necks even longer. But it's not too bad, to be honest. And also I put some finishing touches on here. Put a little armrest, which is from a full-size banjo armrest that I cut in half, and then drilled a hole through here and through the body, and just put a nut and bolt in there. And I have also made another hole this side for if anybody wants to change it to left hand, because all you need to do with the strings, as far as the strings are concerned, is swap the inner two strings, because the outer two are pretty much the same gauge. You can swap those as well, but it's not necessary. So swap the two inner strings around and swap the bridge around, and then put this bracket on the other side. And then it's a left-handed instrument. Easy as that. Right, so let me just check the tuning on this. Dropped a bit. This is a lot quicker than tuning the other one up. It does take a long time with these nylon strings, and I've already done this one several times. It's always the E that drops the most. I don't know why. I guess it's similar to a B string on a guitar. It's always the problematic one. Just check the intonation while I'm here. Oops. It's a little sharp, but it's not far up. Okay, so let me just zoom out. Okay, so that's the end result. That's what it looks like, all finished. There's the back side of it. I mean, you can see all the hardware inside, but that's not a problem. Okay, so let's give it a little play, see what it sounds like. Obviously I'm playing it upside down, but you get the idea. Yeah. Let's check that tuning one more time before I do any more. Yeah, more or less. Obviously the microphone on my camera doesn't really do it justice. It's got a nice sound, and it could have been a little bit louder, but that's because of the position of the bridge. It is what it is. I can't do anything to change it now. I've got the action nice and low, so yeah, I've put the little armrest on there. I've also put a strap button on the bottom, and there it is. So I've obviously I'm going to do the same to this one, but that's the end of this little project. 2 banjoleles, and because they're built quite similar, I mean there are a few differences. This one has the rim on the back, this one doesn't. So this one with the rim has this open back style tuners, and this one has the closed style tuners. And this one I actually put an end cap on the heel, but I didn't on this one because because of this curve here, it was difficult to match it up. I could have done, but so that's more or less the same. They're 95% the same, but there's a couple of little differences. But I'm going to price them the same, so that people are not swayed by the tuners or the end cap or the rim on the back. They just choose which one they like the best and buy that one. So that's the end of another project. I did recently sell some of my other handmade instruments actually, and to one customer I sold my Appalachian Mountain dulcimer that I'd made, and also one of the tin can canjos. They bought 2 of them. They'd only originally come to buy one, but they were playing with all the other instruments and decided to buy 2 in the end. And I showed him my banjo that I built for myself, my 5-string banjo, and he loved it. He thought it was great. And he did say that he might get me to build him one, a banjo. So that may or may not happen. I don't know yet. I've not heard back from him. I mean, that was 3 or 4 days ago he bought those instruments. And, I did quote him a price, not cheap, because it's quite a lot of work going into making those banjos. And he said he'd have a think about it. So that may or may not happen. If it does, it's going to be probably a little way in the future yet. Not too far, but that's not going to happen just yet. So I'm not going to be building any more instruments at the moment, for the time being. I am going to build myself another one as well at some point. But what I want to take a little time out for now to practice using my airbrush kit and also my new laser engraver. I've not really had a chance to have a proper look at that. So I want to take some time out to practice using those and get good using them, and also playing my new banjo when I get a chance. Because, as I said, with the engraver and the airbrush, I want to try and use those to perhaps do a little bit of sideline business, personalising things for people. So that could be a bit of fun. The airbrush, I mean, I'm not the greatest artist in the world, so I'm not sure about that. I'll have a practice with it. But the engraver, once I've got used to using that properly, obviously it's nothing to do with my artisticness or not. Because it's all digital and computerized and laser and all the rest of it. But I want to get used to using that to see if I can, make some money back from it. So I've really enjoyed making these. They were fairly simple, didn't take that long, and the end result was pretty good. Apart from, a little bit lower on volume, but loud enough. I mean, they're louder than a standard ukulele, soprano size ukulele, but they've got the banjolele sound, and not quite as loud as the normal banjolele, because they're pretty loud too, just like a full-size banjo. And for some people, that's too much. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy with the result of these. I think they look good. Nicely finished. I think the binding really sets it off. I mean, you can see it goes down the neck and around the body. I think that looks great myself. Really does finish it off. And this band that I put around, is a nice little feature. So, as I said, that's the end of this project. Not sure when or what my next project will be, but like I said, for the time being, I'm going to practice using my engraver and my airbrush kit, and possibly, make some money back. So, I'm sure there will be, more videos coming soon. I just don't know what I'm doing yet. But in the meantime, please look after yourselves, look after each other, and we will see you soon. Peace out.